지금 하늘 구름 색은 트로피카에 저 in my head like, stuck in my head like, stuck in my head like, la 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 la, stuck in my head like, stuck in my head like, stuck in my
so I hear through the grapevine that... Oh, balls.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to PMA LCS.
Oh, I gotta finish my hot pocket. Oh, okay. Hello, everyone, and welcome to, I believe it's week 9 of PMA LCS. We got an amazing, incredible, outstanding match ready for you tonight. It's gonna be One Twick Ponies versus Don't Ban Poppy. I am Christopher Vitidus Dedesis Packet, and here with me is my co-caster, Rafal Gladys.
True.
You excited for this?
I am very excited. Are you actually on League? Because we have to get you into this.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, that's right. I should actually get on League. Dude, let me tell ya. I just got home like 10 minutes ago, and I got this big-ass Hot Pocket sitting here at my keyboard, and I'm loving it. Pick ban just started. Uh-oh.
All right. Well, we've got the Xin Zhao, Poppy, and Ezreal ban out. OTP has banned Poppy. Meanwhile, DBP has banned Anivia and Aurelion Sol and Sivir. Anivia and Aurelion Sol clearly going against Fwesh, who has become very proficient on them, especially the Anivia and the Sivir for Jirachi. So OTP coming in with the first pick Jinx for Jirachi. That's ambitious. Just kind of showing that off right away. It's a little spicy. I don't know how you feel about this, Chris.
Your first pick, Jinx. Oh, dude, that's the big balls pick right there. I respect it. I mean, there are 10 million billion bajillion ways that could go wrong, but you know what? I like it.
And I like it. And DBP coming out with Nami and Caitlyn. A lot of harass in lane against this Jinx already coming out.
Yeah, Nami Caitlyn just all around a super strong bot lane duo. The thing with the Nami Caitlyn though is Jinx is one of the few AD carries that can actually play into Caitlyn with a decent support matchup, just due to the fact that she can really negate the range. So I think like OTP has the opportunity to get counterpick with support in this lane into Nami, and say take something like Leona or perhaps Sona, something like that, into this lane that's going to allow that Jinx to either all in this lane or sustain through it. You're likely going to be able to see that happen, but with the Sion Hecarim duo coming out we see here, that's actually a very good pickup.
Hecarim jungle, I'm assuming, unless it's some weird... Tankfield's Juice's most played champion this season has been Sion. I mean, so it looks like it's going to be Theatrix with the Hecarim in the jungle.
That would make a whole lot of sense. Tankfield Juice very well known for that Sion play, and I'm not saying SBT abuses it or anything, but we abuse it.
Meanwhile, the Swain coming out, I would bet that is for Guy Fieri, who is probably going to take it into the top lane. He is known to be very comfortable on that pick.
He likes that matchup too, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
He likes Swain into a lot of tank matchups, actually.
No, yeah, Swain can, poke down tanks pretty easily and can tank up himself, so it's always a pretty comfortable pick. And especially against the Jinx, a method through which you can pick her out in the middle of team fight. So,
like, I also think with that pick, you have a lot of options actually, because most common picks are likely going to be Phase Rush, and sometimes you see the Comet. Very rarely, I wouldn't recommend it. But also, one of the things that has been very interesting is with Kleptomancy's impact on the top lane, you could actually see something like Kleptomancy Swain coming out into this lane, just due to the fact that silence
hypothetically, yeah, with the ranged versus melee matchup, that is hypothetically an option. Two more jungle bans coming out from OTP, and two more AD carry. Mid lane bans coming out from DBP. Fwesh being forced to go a little bit down in his champion pool now. I mean, I'm thinking to what he usually defaults to after the Anivia and the Asol and the Ori and the Zillion, and it's often been the Galio. Yeah. And the Galio was going to work pretty well at this team comp. So, I mean, I want to.
Galio Hecarim's pretty scary.
Yeah, Galio Sion, Galio Hecarim, Galio Jinx even just to protect her.
And also, Flesh still has to blind pick the mid lane here, so like Galio is probably the safest option he can get. Even then, it still has a lot of counter options. And I believe is Jaundice playing tonight, or has he been subbed as well?
It looks like he's being subbed out for Legends MK.
Okay, so I'm assuming Legends could go mid actually. Oh, and speaking of which, I have to move down to spectators. Oops.
Yeah, Frontlash is most likely in the jungle, because he's mostly a top lane or jungle player, and he seems to be set up for the jungle position right now. So Galio coming out, now all they need is their support pick. I mean, should they be going for a 4th tank here, or something a little bit different for the Jinx?
I think you want to pick for lane matchup in this situation, so it's going to be something like the Nami, or it could be some pick, like perhaps a Blitzcrank, or something like that. Ooh, Pike.
Ooh.
I'm actually interested in that one.
Or something spicy like the Pike, I guess.
That's pretty
And
spicy.
then a Kali.
Yeah, one of my
guess.
questions going in was like, what the hell is Legends champion pool? Because like no one's seen him mid. Like I know he's played mid before, but he hasn't played a single game of mid in PMA LCS, especially this season. So
Kali into the
not only does
into Flesh's Galio. That's some confidence right there, to be honest. I mean, I'm pretty impressed by being willing to pick something that risky into one of the best mid laners in the league, but clearly Legends has some confidence here.
Yeah, that's an understatement. But that matchup is actually one of the ones that Akali can play reasonably well, just due to the fact Galio being melee means that Akali can pretty much get trades on him whenever she wants. She still has to be careful though, because you take the Galio combo, that's almost always going to be a lot of damage. That being said, Akali's got the tools to trade up close. She's got the Strad for Jukes, and Fleet Footwork especially, really good for helping her sustain in this lane.
Yeah, definitely not the end of the world for Akali. It will just be interesting to see if she can actually get deep into the team fights and get picks on the back line with such a beefy front line for the Jinx. Because there is always the possibility that Akali will just never actually be able to get into a team fight because of the tank threat.
Yeah, I think that's a very real possibility. One Quick Pony is definitely going to have to look to be warding the flanks, especially a lot this game, because if OTP can find the front to back fight, Don't Ban Poppy really doesn't have that many options. And on top of that, they don't really have a lot of disengage except for Nami, so OTP just needs to control fights, find the engages, make sure they don't get flanked. However, if they do get flanked on the side of Don't Ban Poppy, you got the Vi, you got the Akali, you have tons of assassins that can lock down the Jinx, they can lock down all the damage threats from One Quick Ponies, and with a flank, there's no peel on the team of OTP, so you avoid the front line and you just kill their damage. Yeah.
So question: do you know if Hecarim Jungle now takes Conqueror or sticks with Predator?
You could still run Predator, but Conqueror is almost always like the best bet in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
Predator's an option.
It's better for extended fights, but Conqueror is just overall such a good keystone right now.
So good. And we're probably going to see the return of the Smite and Ignite Hecarim, actually.
Yeah, most likely.
That's the Theatrix special, especially from last week, and Theatrix has shown that he really likes playing this Hecarim pick in general. The Smite Ignite build, in particular, it doesn't really change anything except you replace the Ghost or the Flash, usually the Ghost, with Ignite. I've seen it appear a decent amount in Korean solo queue, but other than that, I really haven't seen it anywhere. But it works, it's good. You just have to know how to play it as opposed to a Ghost build.
Yeah, and I mean, looking at their composition, the Hecarim and the Jinx are the two champions that are going to be looking for the actual carry performance here. So going for a more aggressive, summoner spell choice does make sense here with Theatrix, considering he has a tank in the top and the mid lane that he's going to be working with here.
Yeah, going to be a fun time for One Quick Ponies this game. Going to be looking for those big, juicy 5-on-5 fights. Meanwhile, on the side of Don't Ban Poppy, though, they have the Akali, who could definitely split push. I don't really think there's anyone on the side of OTP that could duel that Akali late game. That being said, though, I'm pretty sure the Sion can answer them.
Yeah, I was going to say, potentially the Hecarim with a Conqueror. I mean, I don't know. I'm thinking... The only I think that Sion and Gallic can both comfortably at least just sit in lane against Akali and wave clear against her. And would you rather have your Akali missing from a team fight or the Sion missing from a team fight? I think it's going to matter that if they send Akali into a split push role, who's going to come match her? Because if she's the only fed champion for any reason, you don't want her to be. You'd rather have your carry in the fight than take out their tank to meet up with your carry. So it's going to matter who they do send to meet up with the Akali if they do use her as a more split pushing role. So it'll be interesting to see where, especially how DBP moves their champions around, because OTP can just kind of start looking for fights.
Yeah, that's very true, and that definitely is not to say that Don't Ban Poppy doesn't have the potential for 1-3-1 or can't be moving Sakali around in the side lanes the entire game. Both teams do have double teleport here. And so playing those side lanes, absorbing those side waves in general, and just making sure that no wave of experience gets accounted for is going to actually be one of the more interesting points of this mid game here. And like I said before, even though you might not want to throw the Akali in the side lane 24/7, you can still use her to pressure that side lane, and then use her to rotate around and force the 5v5 pressure.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, looking at this, at these two team comps, what do you see as kind of the win conditions? How these teams are going to get their team comps snowballing?
So I look at the side of One Spick Ponies, and already the power players you're seeing on this team are the Jinx, the Hecarim, and you got a lot of front line with the Galio, the Scion, and to a certain extent the Hecarim. You also have the reset. You have the resets on Pyke. So this is a comp that's looking to go in and absolutely roll over Don't Ban Poppy in a team fight. You got Pyke ultimate reset, you got Scion engage, you got Hecarim engage. They just have so much stuff that allows them to take a fight on their terms. That being said, though, if the fight doesn't start on their terms, this Jinx is going to have a lot of trouble positioning against assassins like Vi and Akali, and just a huge, like, Swain's one of those control mages that, like, is basically built in zone control just because of how scary he is, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, definitely.
And so on the side of Don't Ban Poppy, what's going to allow them to win this game is utilizing the Swain, utilizing this Akali, perhaps using this Vi in order to get some of their solo lanes ahead, and making sure this Caitlyn Nami pick that they drafted can play into this Jinx Pyke very well. So I think Don't Ban Poppy is looking for an early game advantage, and then from there, you can force the 1-3-1s with Swain, Akali against mismatched side lanes and Galio and Scion, and then you have Vi, you have Caitlyn, you have the Nami, you got all that good stuff there, and you want to play the map and make sure OTP doesn't team fight you 5v5 front to back.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that looking at OTP's team comp, I think it's harder to execute than it seems on paper, because none of these champions, while they have three, like, you know, two real tanks and one, you know, semi-bruiser tank with the Hecarim, none of these champions are a tank in the sense that their main role is going to be to peel for this Jinx. So I think the team, I think that could potentially prove to be an issue for them is if they don't properly communicate what everyone's roles are in a team fight. If you have the Hecarim ult in, Galio ults on him, Scion ults in, and then Jinx just gets blown up in the backline by Akali because every single tank left her. You know, that's how they're going to start losing these team fights. If they don't give everyone a role, tell someone, Scion, you're not just going to be ulting into a Genji fight. You need to protect the Jinx. You know, you can't just have the Jinx be left alone while everyone runs in without her.
That wouldn't be a lot of fun at all. That being said, though, especially in mid-game, if they're ahead, they can find a clean engage. It probably won't matter what happens to the Jinx until they hit late game, because the raw damage from Galio Hecarim Scion with the Pyke ult, you know, if Don't Ban Poppy gets caught, like, unaware, especially when they're behind, like, that's just gonna be, like, reset central for Pyke, honestly.
Yeah, I do think that an issue that DBP has here is potentially falling behind. Because if Akali has a bad time in lane, if the Vi starts to fall behind in the jungle, they are going to struggle a lot. I mean, this Hecarim and the Gal, especially the Hecarim and the Gal, I mean, the entire OTP team, they are looking to start snowballing, but if they fall behind, they will only keep getting stronger. If this Vi falls behind, she's going to have a long time before she becomes useful, if at all, compared to a Hecarim, you know? Because Hecarim, really all Hecarim needs is a Triforce. Even if he falls a little bit behind, all he needs is a Triforce, and he's going to be able to start 1v1ing, especially with the Predator, which he has chosen. Sorry, with the Conqueror, which he's chosen to take. The Vi is going to struggle much more if she falls behind.
Yeah, I 100% agree. And one of the things that I really like, though, is the Aftershock Vi right here. Very good pickup, in my opinion, because they're really lacking a lot of frontline in general. And I would actually consider going Cinderhulk Trinity Force this game on the Vi just to account for some of that frontline.
No, yeah, I totally agree. I'm glad that they realized, at least in champs like that, they, you know, they can't have Swain be their primary tank in this game. You know, they need a little bit more.
I'm a positive tank.
Yeah. The Swain will do enough damage on his own, so will the Akali and the Caitlyn. They don't need 4 damage sources coming out in this game, especially with such a beefy frontline that can just run through them. They need someone to be able to do their own peeling on this team.
Light Pulse, thank you for the sub.
I am at 12 seconds.
And thank you for the sub, Light Pulse 94. You're at 12 seconds. It's all good to 12 seconds. I'm paused. Stream, you good? Okay. And I will give us a 3, 2, 1, go. And 3, 2, 1, go.
All right.
Hmm.
I saw Chad Penguin asking what is the what were. Kalen did not buy items. Kalen is running
maybe
back
the
to
Kalen
buy
buy
items.
items.
Look, no invade was happening from DBP though, but
That being said, we got 5 people from OTP clumped in this bush right here, having some bush antics going on over here.
yeah, Guy Fieri's getting a little bit close there.
Wait, are they actually like waiting for the Tri Ward? I think they're actually just waiting for the Pixel Ward. Well, whatever you do, don't throw that, dude. Okay. Yo, this is. Oh baby,
Look at that
so ready.
Prestige Akali skin though.
Dude, look at this patience. OTP is like
Oh
all
my
in
god,
at this
Guy
point.
Fieri has invaded.
Wait. Oh
Ooh,
man,
he's
this is
gonna
be one
walk into
spicy
someone
game.
for sure. I do not think they realize that the jungler is going to be starting blue buff. He might die here.
Oh wait!
Oh!
He's going in! They got him! First blood going to tank field juice! SVT pride, boys! Woo!
Ooh, Theatrics going right in and starting with the Raptors. While Guy
Wait,
Fieri has
this
to
is so
flash
good.
the wall.
Because they know, he started blue buff now, so Theatrix is literally just going to take his entire topside jungle right now. You're going to go straight to that red buff here, and like you said, Guy Fieri forcing to blow flash over the wall in order to actually reach that lane, and Legends MK having to blow the teleport mid as well. Flash gets some quick trading onto him, but calling level 1, not something you want to mess with. Flash already down about 60% health over here.
Yeah, the first look going on tank field juice, which is, you know, not necessarily who they might have wanted it on, but at least at the end of the day, it is a first blood, and they have a 500 gold lead going into the game right away.
Yeah, and Legends with the quick level 2 in mid lane already putting some pressure on, bullying out that Galio in that melee v melee matchup.
Yeah, I mean, I've as someone who has played on a team with Flesh, the early Galio is not a very exciting time usually, but he is pretty good at comfortably making it out of laning phase and knowing not to, you know, pick silly fights because he knows how weak the Galio can be early. But this Akali is already pushing him in and is looking like a threat, so Legends MK, despite the death, seems to know what he's doing here. Especially being a jungler, subbing in.
Yeah, this could be a bit of a scary time here for Flesh in this mid lane, especially in this matchup. That being said, Flesh goes in for a quick trade, Legends MK with the quick E-juke out. Let me get the better of him in that one.
Yeah, we see
junglers here. Ooh.
Yeah, Frontlash actually getting 2 buffs here, so Theatrix not actually getting necessarily the advantage that he wanted. Those junglers getting 1 scuttle and getting 2 buffs, but he is going in for a gank in the top lane. That Guy Fieri cannot dodge.
Uh-oh, here comes Theatrix, the Pony Express coming in. Guy Fieri has no flash. Tank field juice here, and Theatrix with the cleanup. Gonna ignite him and take him down.
Yeah, already with almost a 1k gold.
Meanwhile, on the bot lane, though, Slog is taking down Frontlash. Gank going horribly awry for this poor Vi down here. Bars.
Yeah, Vi getting caught on the chompers, looking for a dive and just getting killed. Very, very unfortunate start here for DBP. And this is exactly what I meant. If the Vi falls behind, if the Akali falls behind, if the Swain fall behind, these champions do not have a fun time getting back in the game. You want a 12-minute Roa, you don't want a 15-minute Roa if you're playing Swain, you know?
That sounds pretty depressing, honestly. It
Yeah.
does not sound like a fun time. Like, you don't even reach your final form until 25 minutes. Well, in the mid lane, though, Legend's getting traded on again by Flesh. Down about 40%.
Yeah, Frontlash going in despite the death, looking for an invade here. I don't know if this is going to turn into a dive or just trying to steal some jungle camps, or just dropping a ward, I guess.
I feel like this is like the jungle match of interesting pathing in a nutshell.
Yeah. Oh, but Frontlash coming in for a gank in the top lane. Tank just has no.
Oh no, tank field juice! Frontlash charging that vault breaker. He's gonna go in.
Ooh.
Flash out from tank field juice. Just to be on the safe side, but meanwhile, Theatrix going in bot. Slog with the flash! Chopper's on a Symphonian. Symphonian gonna be brought down. Kill going over to Slog. Fudgy Dude's gonna be running away right now. Zap from Jirachi doing a bit of damage, his health on the way out.
That was a clean flash stun there from Slaga using the undertow. That was spicy.
The fancy mist of undertows, dude.
Yeah, Theatrix sticking around here. I don't really know if he needs to. Maybe just helping to push out the lane before they recall. But now seeing Slaga here with starting the game off 2-0. Jirachi is going to be recalling with already a BF sword at 5 minutes actually.
Jesus, that's actually going to be so destructive. And normally, you don't want to see both your kills going over to support, but like, it's a Pyke. This man's going to come back the lane with like a 10-minute Ghost Blade and just like blow you the hell up. The Theatrix saying hi, giving the old Pony Express mid lane. Legends MK though, not in the position to get ganked. He's going to be just fine.
Yeah, it looks like, coming back right with BF Sword. We have Jirachi. They are coming to lane with a big ol' BF Sword, while Fudgy Ditters just now getting enough gold for it, which will allow Jirachi to continue building up their CS lead, as they're going to probably make it before this cannon minion dies.
And a very interesting early game start already. 4 kills going over to One Quick Ponies, which one of the win conditions we talked about in this champ select was don't ban Poppy, being able to utilize their lanes, their pressure that they have in order to get an early advantage. And unfortunately, it's gone completely the opposite way of they want to, with some, shall I say, OTP level 1 Theatrix.
Well, with
Fieri, though, perhaps he's overstayed in the top lane. The stun, the knock up, the unstoppable onslaught coming out of Tank Field Juice. It's going to be a dead Swain.
Bye-bye,
birdie.
Away. Not sure what happened there, but big ol' solo kill for Tank Field Juice, who has already built the Spectre's Cowl, with Guy Fieri having to come back to lane with a Sapphire Crystal and Ruby Crystal. The saddest recall for a champion that builds Roa, not even coming back with a Catalyst, as Tank Field Juice has a Spectre's Cowl completed, is going to be taking basically no damage from this point on in lane.
That's actually the worst case scenario for this poor Swain lane up here. Meanwhile, Legends of K getting ganked though. Pony Express coming in. Theatrix pops the Onslaught of Shadows, and Legends of K getting ignited and burned down. Another kill going over to Theatrix.
Wow, yeah, Theatrix just all over the place, managing to get a kill in every lane so far.
Yeah, Theatrix really turning up on this Horsey throughout the early game. Meanwhile, bot lane though, Fudgy is going to get pulled in, stunned up by the Phantom Undertow, hitting Flame Choppers as well, Ignites Burn, taking very low. Kill's going to go over to Jirachi here. Duo kill for the bot lane of OTP.
Yeah, this Undertow Chompers combination is absolutely brutal. Everyone's just stuck in place for at least 4 seconds there.
While in mid lane, though, Theatrix perhaps overstepped his bounds. Legends and K getting a solo kill, and he wants more. He's going in on Flash. Flash taking extremely low. Ooh. Flash for a double kill. 1v2 double kill for this Akali.
Yeah, Akali, despite those 2 early deaths, the only saving grace here for DBP. 20 CS lead, 1k gold up on the Galio. Legends, the sub here, coming out trying to help this team make it through the early game.
Dude, I have faith. Meanwhile, though, in top lane, Guy Fieri caught on the wrong side of the lane. Gonna be popping that Phantom, whatever the hell that ult's called. It's called something. Tank Field Juice, Demon Flare. No, that's the damage part of it. It has a different name. It's Demonic Ascension. There we go.
Oh,
yeah. It's like the one nice part about this way and makes him so good into these tank matchups is he can actually pop a Demonic Ascension whenever he wants, and he literally just wins the trade for free even if he doesn't kill them. So you can bring this Swain extremely low, you can look for the solo kills all you want, but at this point this Swain honestly really shouldn't be dying in this lane anymore, no matter what. That being said, though, the Scion can the Scion can easily sustain through and Sia and, farm up, reach that late game tank dream. Very easily, though.
Meanwhile, the Vi was seen bot lane by Scion, so everyone from OTP just ran straight to the Infernal Drake and picks up an early one here.
Guy Fieri being brought extremely low again. Tank Field.
Oh, a big engagement
bot lane! Oh, baby! That's been a double kill for OTP bot lane. Slog pick up the kill and Symphonia and Flash finishing off Fudgy Daters. Great roam coming out from this Galio mid lane.
Absolutely filthy out there.
So filthy, Jesus. Meanwhile, in mid lane though,
coming in.
Theatrix forced to clear this mid wave though, and Front Lash and Legends could be looking for this dive, but There's the Birdio coming in. Flash, he's looking.
Ooh.
He sees an opportunity. Great double stun, and here comes Takefield Juice on the roam. Unstoppable onslaught coming out.
Whoa.
Great flash out from front lash, though. Legends MK going in. He's shroud here. Guy Fieri with the teleport in. The assault battery coming out. Takefield Juice gonna flash away, though. Flash going back in. And Guy Fieri gonna be stunned up and taunted here under this tower. It's taking a little bit of damage. And that's gonna be overall a 0 for 0. Everyone escaping from that fight. Okay.
Yeah, a big back and forth here, but Flesh probably with enough mana just continue clearing the wave here. Nothing DBP can really do, not even a turret plating. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, only 2 turret plates left on the side of DBP, who have just fallen so far behind in this bot lane. Jirachi coming to lane with a completed Infinity Edge at 10 minutes.
Oh man, you hate to see that, boys.
Over 1,000 gold ahead of Fudgy Ditters. Slaga looking for something.
Oh, he's got the hook ready. He's got the wind up. He's nice. He ain't gonna find anything. Petition to remove minions from the game. That's all I'm saying. The one thing I want to highlight top lane is Tankfield Juice's choice of Arcane Comet into this Swain matchup. Because you max the Roar of the Slayer in this lane, and along with that Arcane Comet, that allows you to actually get meaningful damage onto the Swain. Because realistically speaking, you don't want to be trading with the Swain at all, because he's ranged. You should get the better of trades unless he gets caught up in a decimating smash or something like that.
Yeah, realistically, you'll never get a Grasp of the Undying stack onto the Swain as a Scion, so you might as well just get the Harass going with the Comet.
That's very true, and even if you do get the Grasp proc though, like, you're gonna lose the trade for it. Although Guy Fieri, he has no mana, and also Takefield Juice is trading with him right now. And doing his due diligence in this top lane, getting that pressure on right now, allowing Theatrix to solo that Rift Herald.
Yeah, Theatrix coming around the Rift Herald, building a Ruby Crystal and a Sapphire Crystal. Not sure. I'm guessing this is going into a Triforce eventually. Not entirely sure. Why you go in that order?
I don't know. He's, I want Phage, I want Sheen. Why not both?
I guess.
It's like, what's going on, dude? Everything and nothing at the same time, you know?
Yeah, most likely going to be looking to drop that Rift Herald bot to finish off those 2 turret plates before plating go down. And get that turret. Then again, mid lane has actually been chunked more than I thought, thanks to Flesh pushing so hard and Legends dying.
Yeah, the plating situation on the side of OTP looking very good, especially off of that early game pressure, that early game dominance that we were talking about earlier. They have 1 plating advantage in top, 1 plating advantage mid, and a 3 plating bot. Meanwhile,
in the down here looking for a pick here. They do not know that he is here.
Dude, you don't want to mess with the Pony Express. That's all I'm saying.
At the same time, realistically, is this Caitlyn Nami ever going to push up against Jirachi and Slaga?
They're not at this point. I mean, you got the Infinity Edge on Jinx. He's literally just gonna give him a good old bonk.
Oh, I guess just dropping a Rift. No fear.
I respect it, dude. I mean, it should one-shot this turret, and I'm not sure if they have eyes on front lash in this top side, but if they've somehow established that front lash is in this top side, that would make even more sense. Being said, though, quick first turret going over to OTP with a Rift Herald drop coming out of Theatrix.
Yeah, Theatrix just kind of continuing the push here. Slaga getting some deep wards. Vi finally on her way, as is Legends MK, but Flesh does have his ult up if something starts.
Well, this bot lane duo, though, having trouble stopping this Rift Herald up. Rift Herald's going to get another second sash into the turret. Symphonian brought down to half by Jirachi's stab. Almost taking down Symphonian, but that's just barely
Single
not
digits.
Legends MK looking for the trade onto Flesh in this mid lane as well here. Flesh being brought extremely low very quickly
Not
here.
much he can do here, to be
Yeah,
honest.
he's just got to run. Ooh, it was great juke backwards. And Legends MK can force a flash out of Jirachi's zap here. And burn both procs of his ultimate in order to get out of that one.
Yeah, allowing Theatrix to steal this blue buff, though, as Frontlash is kind of watching him run away with his buff.
It's like the worst thing as a jungler, dude. You just see this man, you just see this friggin' horseman just walking, looking spooky centaur just walking out.
I'm going right back in, though. Ooh, might be looking for pick here.
Like this horseman spooky centaur thing just walking. Hold on, no front lash pops assault and battery. It's Theatrix overstayed. Fucking onslaught shadows over the wall on the Legends. They've looked for the turn. Ace in the hole coming out for Pudgy Ditters. gonna hit the front line. Fletch going in, gonna flash back out after he realizes that Justice Punch put him in a situation he did not want to be in.
A lot of jumps in and flashes straight out here from OTP, but no one manages to die. And they hold on to their pretty comfortable 5.5k gold lead now, even with just one turret. The CS and kill difference just leading to this pretty big gold lead. But the Infernal Drake might be going to frontlash, as Theatrics has no realistic way to steal it.
Yeah, that incursion into the bot side giving Dope Poppy there the opportunity to put some nice damage down on them, force some backs, and for their efforts they are rewarded with that Infernal Drake. Not necessarily the situation you want to be in as OTP, especially with such a commanding gold lead. You can just chill, you can just sit there, you can wait, and all of a sudden you probably win the next fight that happens if they try and contest it, and you're up 2 Infernal Drakes to 0.
Yeah, and honestly, looking at the gold right now, Theatrics is recalling with over 1,000 gold. Jirachi just back with over 1,500 gold. Everyone on OTP had a ton of gold that they could have spent, which probably didn't gave them this made them think that they were farther ahead than they actually were when that fight broke out. But they hadn't spent a lot of the gold that would have really built up this advantage that they've created for themselves in this early game.
And especially we were talking about OTP is perhaps lost condition in this fight earlier, and especially seeing like the haphazard way they played that situation makes me kind of a little bit terrified for the late game, especially if Legends managed to get fed. However, Tidal Wave going in mid lane and Flesh doing his best to zone them out. Looks like fight's broken out here. Legends and KB drop the half. Perfect executioning back, and Front Latch gonna get the shutdown on the Slugga though. Here comes Dope Poppy with a vengeance. Demonic essentially popped from Guy Fieri. Everyone going in, piling on Theatrics. And Theatrics gonna go down to Guy Fieri. Meanwhile, though, Flash playing Front Lash in the front line. Jirachi, he's going ham, doing so much damage, but Guy Fieri gonna walk out.
Free damage.
Whew.
Yeah, Jirachi managing.
Oh, Super Mega Death Rocket coming out, and barely gonna live there on the side of Symphonia. Been rough.
Yeah. A weird engage there by Slugga. Again, probably just overestimating how far ahead they were. You know, their DBP has stopped the bleeding. They've gotten Dragon, won a small skirmish there, 2-1. They are slowing down their how fast they were falling behind this game.
And here comes the onslaught under tower. Slugga gonna take that Legends of K, and the yeet going in. Double kill for Slugga. However, though, Fudgy Dinner's getting shut down on Tank Field Juice under the tower, perhaps not juggling that aggro as best as possible. And that's gonna be a mid-turret going over to OTP though, and a fight victory. Slugga perhaps looking for the end. Yeah, go for more.
Yeah, I mean, kind of making me eat my words, showing that they
go for root. Theatrics going in on Fudgy Dinners. Fudgy gonna be on extremely low. Theatrics is looking to Sun Battery. Theatrics gonna be taking through out. Front Last gets a fadeaway Chilling Smite though. Now he's running the other way. Flash getting that Winds of War Diddle on the Fudgy Dinners back there. The cute little diddle will need to be taken down. Wow, in this bot lane, the Guy Fieri pushing up this bot lane turret. Gonna try and finally get a turret here for Dope Poppy. Even up some of this gold disadvantage.
Yeah, the gold disadvantage staying at 5,000 with the lead for OTP. But honestly, at this point in the game, a 1-for-1 is a win for DBP. They aren't getting crushed in these fights as hard as OTP probably wishes they would be.
And like I said before that fight broke out, the haphazard, shall we say, battle lines kind of being formed by OTP over the course of this mid-game transition here is perhaps scaring me a little, because we talked about Dope Poppy's win condition in a fight being to find the flanks on the Jirachi, find the kills onto the Jinx, and based upon the way OTP have played so far, they will likely be giving Legends what he wants on a silver platter heading into this late game here.
Yeah, Theatrics, the last was, 2-0-3, I think, just a few minutes ago now, 3 deaths coming in exchange for just 1 kill for his own team. Again, just this overconfidence coming in from OTP. Have to realize that, you might be winning the game. That doesn't mean you're just stomping them. I think the kill lead was strong. This Kaylin's starting to scale. How far ahead this Akali actually is.
This Akali is actually in such a good spot right now. Only has a 1 kill differential and a 44 CS differential. However, that being said, Legends of K gets stunned up in this top lane. The yeet coming out of Slugga here. Legends of K, perfect execution back. Gonna get out of that one just fine.
Yeah, we'll be forced to ult out, and the turret will likely be going to OTP.
And
But in the
meanwhile,
bot lane,
though, Flash popping that shield of Durand, and Front Lash does not want a Vault Breaker into that. Pudgy Daters, though, perhaps caught too far forward. Tankfield Juice looking, taking up this turret. Here comes the Tidal Wave out from Symphony, and they're looking for the fight. Turn Ace will be popped by Jirachi, going to be brought extremely low. Legends of King going in once more. Unstoppable onslaught pop defensively by Tankfield Juice, going to run away. Meanwhile, in the bot lane, oh man, Theatrics is going in there. Going to get mowed down by 3 of Don't Ban Poppy. Legends of K looking for more, throwing out that Shuriken Flip, going to miss though.
Yeah, again, Theatrics, I don't know, overestimating his lead, just not on the same page as his team, but he is starting to lose them some of these fights with these weird movements around the map, and now...
Legends of K with the flash, 5-point strike to take down Jirachi under turret, and Legends of K, they're looking for more. Great 2-man bubble from Symphony, and here Tankfield Cheers can get down. Taken down, kill going over Fuzzy Ditters. Legends looking for more on the Slaga. However, though, gonna get CC'd up under tower. Great Hero's entrance by Flash in order to save them. However, in the bot side, another Inferno going to go over to the side of Don't Ban Poppy, being taken down by that duo Front Lash and Guy Fieri.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, this is not good for OTP right now. This is everyone on DBP being able to start coming back, getting the shutdowns that they need, and a second Inferno Drake. This is absolutely huge. You know, a 1-to-1 Inferno Drake is one thing. 2-to-1 is completely different. This advantage will only keep building up. And honestly, DBP has a more damage-focused team. They will be benefiting from these Ocean Drakes more as the Caitlyn builds more damage, as Guy Fieri builds more damage, compared to a Scion who has a little bit more AD and AP.
Oh yeah, definitely so. And another thing I want to point out too is this game right now really being controlled by individual playing and habits. You know, you look at the side of Don't Ban Poppy and Guy Fieri, they saying, screw you guys, I'm split pushing. Walking bot lane, and OTP perhaps not getting their teamwork in the right line. So Guy Fieri and Front Lash able to just chill in the bot lane. Meanwhile, OTP having trouble topside, establishing an advantage. And then all throughout that early game, though, like OTP just showing individual dominance and able to establish that lead in the first place.
Front Lash with a flash Q there. Not really sure what happened there. But nonetheless, the push.
Perfect execution to be brought out, but here comes the engage. Called for OTP, and Don't Ban Poppy doing their best, but massive flashy coming out of Slaga, and that's the yeet going down. Legends of King can be brought down by Slaga, and this might be sustained here. Good demonic ascension. Guy Fieri being still doing so much damage, not going to be enough in the end though. Jirachi going to finalize the kill onto Guy Fieri. Be a 2-for-0 and a top tier 1 turret in favor of OTP here.
Yeah, Fudgy Ditters was hanging out bot lane, I guess just farming because there was no turret to take, and Tankfield just is able to TP in and make a huge 5v4 fight start for OTP.
Yeah, not where you want to be if you're an AD carry in that situation. There's no tower to take. So, I have to wonder what was going on there a bit. Meanwhile, though, Front Lash and... oh, great flash idol Durant shield Durant going out. Pudgy Ditters forced the flash away. Jirachi looking for Morgan to kill. They see the teleport in the Baron pit over. That's Legends MK. Don't want to back off from that Akali. And Chicago Bears field goal coming out of Super Mega Death Rocket there. Actually, it's not the Chicago Bears. They actually hit that field goal. Whoop. Ace in the hold there. Barely going to miss the kill on Flash.
Yeah, honestly, I think people are so used to seeing these gigantic, especially, well, these tanky support Gallios that they do not expect Flash to be full AP. They walk into this Galio, they say, oh, what's he going to do, like, auto me? And all of a sudden you lose half your health to Winds of War.
Yeah, it's a fun time, dude. I mean, realistically speaking, Galio doesn't actually do that much damage in general, like, just no matter what. However, like, if he does hit you with a combo, he has, like, he can also buffer the Winds of War through his auto attack once he starts the animation. So you get, like, whacked by the full combo coming out of Galio, which should almost never happen if you're positioning correctly. It's a bad time. I'll just say that, because a lot of his damage loaded into his Justice Punch, and especially with the Charge Flash Shield Durant, he can actually get a pretty good, like, all-around damage in a team fight.
Yeah, looking around the map, I mean, both teams are clearly posturing towards Baron now. Dragon not coming up for a few minutes still, and it will be a Mountain Drake, which will be nice, but not, you know, necessary for either team right away. But at the same time, Legends MK kind of got caught in top lane.
Oh, hold on, we see teleport being called up here. Unstoppable, I mean, friggin' something going on here on Slash Shadows dropping out, and now another fight's broken out here. And a massive 3-man unstoppable onslaught coming out of Tankfield Juice here. Legends MK going golden mode. Meanwhile, front lash against 3 on the right side. Is Tankfield Juice getting mowed down by all of Dopan Poppy over here. OTP finalizing the kill with Slaga's death from below on the front lash on the side. Legends MK doing his best to juke around and sure he's going to live though. Meanwhile, Flesh & Co. Slaga getting the kill on Fudgy Ditters with his resets, going in for more. Gonna miss the kill on Symphonian though. It doesn't matter though. Pony Express gonna down that freaking Nami here. And Legends MK also gonna be dropping 2 Theatrics here. All in all, a 1 for 4 in favor of OTP. They're gonna turn right onto this Baron here.
Oh yeah, a massive fight as oh, never mind, a pause is not gonna be happening. Yeah, a massive fight here as Guy Fieri sits out here with full health, trying to desperately potentially steal this Baron, but realistically will not be able to do anything. Barely has vision of it with the Vision of Empire.
Oh, Slugger going over the wall on the Flash brought in. Flash actually gets the shield and ran over the wall, and Flash gonna finalize the kill there onto Guy Fieri. So yeah, like Guy Fieri not even having that demonic ascension up means he's really not gonna be able to do much of anything to stop that Baron buff.
Yeah, honestly, something that's really standing out to me is the sheer tankiness of Tankfield Juice. Honestly, that fight started exactly
comfortably tanky.
Yes, comfortably on his most played champion for the split with 7 games on Cyan and now an 8th coming in. And, you know, this guy is starting to slowly become unstoppable. I think the issue here is that, I mean, I was watching that fight. The fight started off exactly how I said that an OTP fight would fail. We saw Jirachi completely on the backline, their team engaging like crazy and leaving Jinx out to dry, yet everyone's just so dang tanky, and no one can kill Tankfield Juice that Theatrics can slowly just kill everybody on DBP.
Yeah, honestly, at this point, DBP was just so far behind in general at the start of that fight that they couldn't really get clean. They couldn't really get a clean fight. They couldn't really get the skirmishes they wanted because you look. Meanwhile, over there, 3 of OTP's piling onto front lash, but meanwhile, the rest of Dopan Poppy is piling onto the carries over there. And that being said, though, OTP just so massively tanky that you can kill the carries, and it doesn't matter. Front lash taken down over there, and really the only front line they have left. And because of that, OTP just being able to mow down all the squishies that are left. Oh god, that one's awarded so much damage. Jesus.
And, I mean, going back to the very early game where the Vi started to fall behind, we see the issue with the Vi falling behind. I mean, what does the Vi have? She has a Cinder Hulk and she has a Sterix Gauge. Absolutely nothing. I mean, this Vi's purpose is to engage and get a knock. There is nothing else this Vi can do at this point in the game.
Though, see the engage coming in under tower. Guy Fieri can pop that demonic ascension, and they're going in. Jirachi getting assaults and battery flashing out. Legends of K gonna get the quick takedown. Theatrics missing his onslaught of shadows over the wall. Tankfield Juice gonna be mowed down by OTP by Dopan Poppy in the front line though, and all of Dopan Poppy going on the Flesh now. Flesh flashing over the wall, but the Shuriken flip hang time still on them. And Legends of K to be able to dash to him and take him down. Now OCP, they're out of here. They're completely backing out of this one.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, go back off of what I just said. Maybe all front lash can offer is a knockout, but that doesn't matter if that knockout is going to lead to a Legends one-shotting Jirachi.
Man, I love playing AD carry in 2019. It's so much fun. I love playing against Akali and Vi. It's great.
Also seeing a massive shutdown on Flesh coming out 500 extra gold for Legends MK. Who is now the wealthiest champion in the game by a tiny bit, as far ahead as this Hecarim is, actually.
That's pretty destructive. And one of the things I also want to highlight is Slaga's choice of the Frozen Heart Guardian Angel build on Pyke, opting out of that full lethality, instead taking the safe bet here. We're no stranger to tank Pyke with Aftershock from previous patches, and this build's a little bit of a change-up on that, the conclusion of the Guardian Angel.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I'm not as a non-expert on Pyke. I will trust your opinion. Honestly, who I'm really starting to feel bad for is Guy Fieri. He ended up with that 15-minute Rod of Ages, has his Zonias now, but similar to Front Lash, they are really relying on Legends and Fudgy to really do the carrying here, because Guy Fieri's role is help get picks. Front Lash's role is help get picks. But at the end of the day, like we saw in that last fight, you know, that's not necessarily a bad thing. If you can get good picks and get these kills, it doesn't matter that you do no damage. You got the pick that mattered. So, at the end of the day, maybe they can't win the 5v5s, but they can catch these people out, and it has been working.
And another build thing I want to highlight is this Mortal Reminder third on Fudgy Ditters. Not sure how much I agree with this one, as I actually like
for the theatrics, honestly.
Yeah, except my thing is they have a lot of frontline champions on the side of OTP, and especially with this Frozen Heart Guardian Angel here. But they also have so much, they have double AP damage threats in Guy Fieri and Legends MK. I don't think he needs to expend a slot to like destroy his damage per second just so he can take down Slaga, because really the only armor there is on the side of OTP right now is this Bramble Vest that's not on Slaga, is the Bramble Vest coming out of Tank Field Juice.
One item so far. Yeah, the Bramble Vest and the Frozen Heart so far are the only other items. Yeah, I mean, no need to finish the Mortal Reminder. I would honestly just say get the Executioners and start working on something else, but apparently just opting in for a completed item here.
Yeah, I would actually recommend the Static Shiv. I would actually recommend the Static Shiv third overall, or perhaps the Phantom Dancer if you're scared of getting run down by Theatrics. But meanwhile, as I'm saying that, there's a teleport from Tank Field Juice coming in. OTP wants to start this fight out. OTP retreating as for Legends and K with the flank teleport coming in mid. Theatrics on the front line. This fight's breaking out right now. Assault and Battery going in on Jirachi on the back line. Stopwatch to be popped. Legends and K looking for the hunt over here. And Galio coming down right here, gonna slam on, and then Front Lash finalizes the kill. However, this front line for OTP going ham here. Legends of K being brought extremely low. CC combo brought down. Tank Field Juice on the front line here. Fudgy Ditter's getting a shutdown kill on the Slaga though, and this fight's so close. Who's gonna win? Fudgy Ditter's cleaning up on the backside though, and Tank Field Juice and Theatrics having so much trouble taking them down. And that's gonna be a quadra kill on the side of Fudgy Ditters here.
Oh my god, the hook from Slaga actually ending in disaster. Flipping Fudgy over the wall and giving him a perfect spot for a quadra kill. That is heartbreaking.
Man, you hate, in the words of Joe Biscuit Hat Storino, man, you hate to see that one.
Oh my god, Slaga's probably feeling not too great right now. That was very, very unfortunate. Not that, you know, like, he couldn't have predicted that, but unfortunately, flipping the Kaylin over the wall to allow her to just freely auto this Hecarim.
Classic, man. Thanks, Fudgy, for making me look like an idiot. You know, I really don't agree with the Mortal Reminder 30 quadra kills. Alright, dude. I mean,
it's okay. She only has 3.5k gold. She can buy that Static Shiv now.
That is true. She can buy the entire Shiv now. That being said, the one thing I love about that is the purchase of the Executioner's Calling. Most people actually don't buy that. The Executioner's component, though, like, most people don't actually buy that into Conqueror Hecarim. And especially in this case, with the Spirit Visage, that's a great way to shut down that Conqueror Hecarim.
Yeah, Fudgy the back of this Baron is up, but Fudgy has way too much gold to spend to just be hanging out here.
Yeah, I don't know why he didn't take the back after that. Meanwhile, fight's broken out here on the front line. Tank Field Juice going in. Guy Fieri, they pop up the Demonic Ascension. Unstoppable onslaught being popped by Tank Field Juice. Gonna hit on Symphonian here. Tank Field Juice, where is that flash going? I do not know. Meanwhile, this Slaga yeeting Front Lash down. But Guy Fieri cleaning up with a double kill here. Legends and K doing his best to run away. And Azani's coming out for Legends here. And now another yeet coming out from Slaga. We're seeing the double yeet, triple yeet. And OTP looks to be coming out on top on this one here in the jungle. And Fudgy Ditter's now the lone survivor for Don't Ban Poppy here. Slaga looking for the rundown. 90 caliber net though. Flash yeet from Slaga going sideways though. There's a little waggle. That was cute. I respect it.
They cannot comfortably go for this Baron. I mean, maybe they will, but there are super minions pushing in this mid lane now. Nope, they don't go for it. They thought about it. They will not go for it. They realize how dangerous this is. They might even be losing this top turret here. Oh, no, they will. Minion randomly decided to just change different targets, so...
You know, I'll be honest. Normally I'm used to opening up HBO Live on Saturday, but I think today I actually got to open it on Thursday, April 25th at approximately 10:49 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and the reason being for that is I got to catch another episode of Game of Thrones, because damn.
That was the most long-winded joke.
That really was. So long-winded, so little payoff.
I I just think it's funny that 20 minutes ago, OTP had a 5k gold lead. OTP now has a 5k gold lead. This 5k gold lead's just been going back and forth. It started 20 minutes ago, and it's just been coming back and forth.
It's like the old school Warriors blew a 3-1 lead meme, except we've gone full circle and the Warriors still have a 3-1 lead. Meanwhile, Baron being started off here by OTP.
Ooh, the static ship actually bought by Fudgy Ditters.
Yeah, we got Chip! Guy Fieri even dropped this TP into the pit, and OTP forced to disengage it. The tidal wave coming in from last, flashing over the wall! Engage, Jirachi's been found! He's gonna get mowed down immediately! Kill going to Fudgy Jitters, however, Legends of K being taken down, but that's so much free damage coming out of this Caitlyn. Don't ban Poppy, controlling this team fight masterfully, finding the picks they need to start this fight off. Triple kill going to Fudgy Jitters already, and that's gonna be a shutdown on the Flash. Coming out of front lash here. Overall, a clean ace in exchange for only the life of Legends MK on the side of Don't Ban Poppy, and they're looking for this Baron.
This is the win. They should go. They could easily go for the
Run
win
it down
right
mid. Hey, run it down mid. Hey, run it down mid. Woo!
The gold now almost even.
Take Baron. Now run it down mid. Wait, what are we doing? I love it.
You know, something we're seeing here is the early Dragon control coming in clutch. The two map, despite being so far behind, getting 2 Inferno Drakes, getting that Mountain Drake is really, really turning out to be very helpful for DBP.
Yeah, this Mountain Drake here gonna help him mow down these turrets and manage to take down that inhibitor in the top lane as well. OTP being 2 inhibitors down. Theatric, he's running in before he can pop that onslaught of shadow to get out. But he's in the hole with the takedown there. Gonna obliterate that pony. Looks like the Pony Express leads one way, and that's straight back to the fountain.
I was not ready for that Caitlyn damage.
Woo! My brain, dude. Caitlyn is now on 6 full items with that Bloodthirster.
Ace in the hole doing 1,500 damage, according to the tooltip here.
Did I just hear a 1,500 damage? Jesus. And they say AD carry. They say AD carry's a trash roll, dude. But you know what? This Caitlyn's on 6 items. She's no longer useless anymore. She's quadra killed. She's triple killed. She's turning up in these team fights right the heck now. You know, Mortal Reminder third. Forget about it. Genius build, boys. We're in there.
And instead of opting in for the Guardian Angel, just going for a Bloodthirster last item. And honestly, with how good of a job Symphonia has been doing protecting Fudgy Ditters, and honestly with how poor of a job OTP has been doing with getting onto Fudgy Ditters, he doesn't need a GA.
And now we're starting to see this team comp from OTP have a little trouble finalizing these fights as the Hecker not necessarily... Onslaught Shadows coming out, going on to Legends of K. Legends of K forced to burn the perfect execution to get out of there, but he is just biding time for this Elder Drake take over here. Guy Fieri, though, popping the Demonic Extension, literally going into 4 of them, popping his Zonias and just healing it up. Here comes the tidal wave out. Guy Fieri brought extremely low, but they're not going to be able to finalize the kill. Thinkfield Juice looking for the engage, though. Going to be mowed down by the backline coming up with Dope and Poppy, and there's so much damage here. Front Lash fighting 3 of them over here. The good old Death from below coming out from Slaga. As Fudgy Ditters flashes forward looking for more. He's trying to kill on Jirachi. He's legendary. Theatrix is back in the base trying to save this Nexus, save this turret, do what he can. But Dope and Poppy going into this base.
Wow.
Massive Caitlyn headshot damage, baby. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, Nexus is open. This is
looking like a GG here. And combo coming up. Jesus! Just as soon as we thought that was going to happen.
Exclamation
with
mark,
amazing Galio combo. You gotta respect that Galio damage, man. That is a raw Deathcap Morello Galio combo. I was talking about the one instance this Galio does massive damage is when he full combos your entire team, or at least everyone who's sitting there. And, well, yeah. Rip in peace, dude.
That was, yeah, let's just, the unfortunate early GG. Feels bad.
Got him.
Yeah, and you know, only double inhibs taken, and no Baron left, no Dragon left. So OTP is in a spot to just kind of put their base back together and get ready for Baron.
So, you know, most of my games spent involving
Wait, the
Fudgy
gold
Jitters.
difference is
Ooh.
under 100 gold.
This is nuts, dude. This is actually nuts. So, I spent this entire game trash-talking Fudgy Daters just for this Caitlyn build, but in all seriousness, he's been playing these team fights very well at the positioning he's chosen overall, and Symphonian also doing a great job of keeping him alive with this redemption and this Mikhail's build, able to do so much for him in the team fight setting.
The secret MVP with 25 kill participation in a 28 kill game.
Yeah, I'd also like to point out too, the Twin Shadows on Nami, not necessarily a buy you're used to seeing, but I actually think it works out so well in this case here, because if one of these Twin Shadows happens to hit Theatrics on the engage, he just does no damage.
It literally lowers Hecarim's AD. I love it.
Yeah, and in general, it just does a good job of stopping OTP's win condition in these fights. And now that we've reached late game, and Nami really has her core, she has that redemption, she has that Mikhail's, she has all the healing items she can want, she can afford to have that slot expended for Twin Shadows there. Meanwhile, though, fight breaking out in the bot lane, Tankfield's just going to be forced to flash out. Here comes the Hero's Interest coming out of Flash here, and Tidal Wave being blown, Theatrics in the bot line, popping the onslaught of shadows here. Guy Fieri going to be brought down, and the death below from Slogger barely going sideways. It's down the Yin on the Fudgy Ditters, though.
Fudgy with no fear whatsoever. Meanwhile, the game is being won by
Andrew Lutz going to be brought extremely low. However, Legends MK dropping Nexus down. Let's make GG. Game 1 going over to Don't Ban Poppy.
What a game.
Whew. Dang, dude, what a spicy game.
What a back and forth we had there.
Oh my god, look at that damage total. Oh god. Dude, Fudgy popped off, Jesus.
Ooh.
Oh my god, that's actually such a disgusting graph to look at. The only one who even came close this game was Flash. Like, to be fair, you could complain about Jirachi having so less damage in comparison, but you look at having to play against Akali and Vi with no PO, and you can't really hope for much more than that. That's rough. Fudgy had a really good game. It's literally the only criticism I can make about him is the build. That's it. Other than that, he played. Oh, and that one time he farmed bot. Other than that,
yeah,
masterful game.
Yeah,
actually,
incredibly well done.
Speaking of which, gotta give my game 1 MVP to none other than your boy Fudgy Ditters over here. 67,059 damage in a 41-minute game. Triple kill one team fight, quadra kill the other team fight. So much damage put down overall in so many fights. All around, just a really good performance on this Caitlyn.
Yeah, without a doubt. I would give if there was an MVP for the most underrated player in the game, I would give it to Symphonian for just never getting off of Fudgy and somehow barely managing to die in these fights, and just always protecting his AD carry. But at the end of the day, Fudgy is the one with positioning. Fudgy is the one with the carry performance. AD carries can win MVP. I will be giving it to Fudgy Ditters as well. Except we should probably have a straw poll made.
Where's a straw poll?
Yeah, I'll make it. All right, it is coming. It has been made.
Panda's dropping it, and there we go. There's a straw poll in chat, boys. Everyone make sure to vote Fudgy Ditters MVP. Game 1. I'm not biased at all. You heard it here, boys. I am not unfairly influencing or swaying this MVP vote in any way, shape, or form.
Yeah. Overall, I'm impressed. I do think that DBP had the harder team comp to pull off, and they made it work, despite a lot of early game struggles. They at one point they were 10k gold behind when Fudgy was stuck in that bot lane and the Baron was taken. They were 10k gold behind, and they managed to crawl it back. And off of honestly everyone knowing their role. I think that that was what we were going to say was going to be the issue with OTP's team comp. People, leaving Jirachi for dead, not keeping Akali off of the Jinx, and just, not always going in consistently, like early on Slugga getting caught, later on Jirachi not being protected. But everyone on DBP, bless you, everyone on DBP knowing their role. Guy Fieri and Frontlash knowing we are behind. What can we do? We can help get picks. Legends knowing I have to be in the backline. My job is to blow up the Jinx. And Fudgy and Symphonian out in the backline, out in the outskirts, protected by Guy Fury and Frontlash, knowing that they have to get the kills. Everyone knowing their roles and having strong positioning in these fights allowed DBP to come back. I don't know if you have anything to add to that. Those are my general thoughts on how the game panned out.
Yeah, I would definitely agree with pretty much all of those thoughts. Realistically speaking, you could point out some bad individual moments for almost everyone on the side of this Don't Ban Poppy roster that game, as there were a few suspicious things, just all around. And especially this game, though, you look at it, it was, let's be honest, a bit of a clown fiesta. I won't lie, but it was a fun clown. It was a high-level clown fiesta. I enjoyed every minute of it. And ultimately, everyone on Don't Ban Poppy pulling it together, knowing their roles, like you said, Legends MK sitting on 10 deaths, but you look at all the fights that were won because he and Frontlash got into that back line and took Jirachi down very quickly. It's like, especially with the team comp they have, and the mono, the pseudo mono damage comp that OTP has here, Legends can trade his life for Jirachi every team fight, and it'll be worth it.
Yeah, definitely. And it worked.
It did.
Our MVP is looking like it is currently. Do I see no? Am I the only one who sees no votes? It is bugged for me as well.
All right, let me see if I can get any votes out of it.
I see 0 votes for everyone. We could do a caster vote. We could do a
caster vote. Yep. So, assuming we can't get the straw poll situation sorted out, we're gonna deviate to the caster vote because unanimous Fudgy ditters. I think it's pretty reasonably clear cut. And before we go anywhere else, though, do we have to do a quick stream cut for VOD purposes?
Yes, we do. We will be back
in
a minute or two. I'll go get water. Vote in chat. Oh yeah, vote in chat. Yeah, just say in chat who your MVP is.
That's a good call. And while you guys do that, we are going to take a very quick, 1 minute, 2 minute max stream break. We're going to go get refreshed. I'm going to go use the loo. Get right back with you guys. See you in a bit.